All right, punters, dribblers, welcome to Saddle Club, first Saddle Club of the spring. This is basically just a quick whip around the Saturday races, the things that matter, the things you need to be paying attention to. It's like getting sent tips from your mate, but in audio form. And then you will be able to parrot these tips to your friends and claim the victories and then acknowledge they're not your tips when they don't get up. We do it all thanks to Neds, obviously. Take it to the Neds level, gamble responsibly, et al. Obviously, I'm joined by Edward in his wonderful race day attire.
Look, I'm in my general admission best, Tom, and I'm feeling the fucking part. And I mean, I've got a Bucks coming up this weekend, and the cherry on top will be if I get tipped into some fucking winners. Because if we can whip them home collectively tomorrow, Tom, I'm going to be a happy little buck. Yeah,
a happy little buck, a happy little Vegemite. Now, when it comes to horse tips, you may know this from previous years. We're not great at it, so we had to go out and find one of the best in the biz, and that's none other than Mark Porta from Punt Hub. Porta, welcome. Thank you very much for joining us. Sorry we didn't get you any general admission attire, but we will endeavour to do so next time.
I think I'm overdressed.
You do look pretty good.
How are you, boys?
Very well, mate. I must say I like the lime green shorts.
Yeah, just in case you couldn't see me.
Yeah.
Hopefully they come up good on camera.
No, they do. They come up real good. Now, the first race we're looking at is the Kosciuszko Randwick, 1,200 metres, heavy 8 at the moment. How are we thinking it's going to be tomorrow? Weather's going to be okay?
Well, we were just saying off camera that I don't trust the fucking... I'm more likely to pick a winner than the weather people are to get it right, so...
Fair.
They can't be trusted. Is it simple as that?
Absolutely not. And they've got all the tech in the world and they still can't get it right. But it's meant to be sunny. It's meant to be 21 degrees. So hopefully the track dries out a bit. Randwick.
You were saying before that Peter V'landys, like, he has got some unique ways of drawing out the track.
Yeah. So Dior, punters and dribblers. But he's been known to get a couple of helicopters to go down the straight about a couple of metres off the turf, because the downforce obviously just dries the shit out of the track. So I don't know if you'll see that. It wouldn't surprise me. Nothing would surprise me with
PVL.
Well, it's Everest day. It's a big day.
Yeah, I'm going to the Calcutta after this. So I might, just pass on your best and see if I can persuade him and say, look, the Hello Sport boys want to try a track.
Yeah, if we can get the choppers.
Well, he's a dear friend.
He is a dear friend.
So, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he moved heaven and earth for us. So just, bring it up.
Yeah, bring it up. Now,
So
what are we looking at here?
So there's two that we've found. So what I'll try to do, punters and dribblers, is we've got sort of two bets in most races. So one that we sort of like and then a saver, if you will. And you can, I'm not going to tell you how to stake. You guys stake accordingly. But the first one we'll go with, and I think it'll be very hard to beat, is It's Me. James McDonald, Brett Kavanagh, $5 with Neds currently. It's actually been on the drift. Look, I think it was ran on really well last start. It's third up. It's going to be stripped fitter. It does best work sort of third up. So that's probably our main bet for the race.
$5 is nice.
Do you get concerned with a horse that drifts?
Well, there's so many...
Are we talking about like drifting
on the
drifting car does?
No, it's in
the
Tokyo
odds.
drift?
No, the odds.
Oh, the odds. Okay. I'm glad we cleared
So
that.
it opens at $4.20 and money's come for other things around it. It's probably to do with the weather. But no, I'm not really concerned too much about reading the market like it is in prices and stuff. Like if I like something, look, if it opens at $4.20 and then it's out to $7 or $8, I'm thinking, fuck, I've picked the wrong thing.
Yeah.
But if it's $4.20 out to $5, that's just... I'm not too worried about that. But that's probably I think that'll be that's probably one of the bets of the day.
Okay, bet of the day.
The bet of the day.
One of. The second I'd be saving.
It's a bod.
On Anathol. It was really good in the shorts. Providing it's going to be sort of heavy to soft, effective in the wet, and it's obviously... I mean, this is their grand final, these horses.
Because they're all country horses, right? They come into the big smoke for the big day, the big dance.
Yeah, they've had to qualify. And so there's trainers from... Well,
Anathol at $11 he does is nice.
Yeah. So sprinkle something on Cody Morgan's horse.
Are you on the nose type operator or
Only. Each race for cowards.
Yeah,
I like that.
That was
dude.
my opinion as well.
Yeah.
You're fucking soft and you're not made of the right stuff.
Correct.
In my opinion.
Yeah, bet responsibly.
Of course.
Always gamble responsibly, but if you do each way, you're a coward.
Yeah. So that's pretty much. Look, I've got a soft spot for Art Cadeau, last year's winner. And I was listening to Terry Robinson, who was trains down at Berry, near where I've just moved back from. And he said, look, if that's in touch around if that's in the top 4 or 5, you'll be getting your money's worth in the home straight. I just don't know if he's got it this year. I really think It's Me's the one to beat, so I'm going to stick with It's Me.
Yeah.
I don't want to tip you the field, but It's Me and then Anathol. They're my 2 bets for the
Okay.
race.
Beautiful.
How's J-Mac riding? Is he
Please.
still king of the castle?
Yeah, the world.
Good.
Okay,
Good.
we like that.
So that makes me feel
J-Mac's
very
the Tommy
comfortable.
Turbo of jockeys at the moment.
Well, there we go.
We should really be doing a power ranking some jockeys as well. So, like, as in, if you're just a dribbler looking at form and you're going, who the fuck's riding it? Okay, well, let me just refer to my jockeys' power rankings.
Well, mate, there's fucking punters out there that'll follow the jockey,
Yeah, plenty.
I'll follow a jockey.
not the horse. Fuck the horse. Follow the
horse.
jockey.
Art Cadeau reminds me of, like, maybe a band in, like, the 2008s.
Yeah, it does.
Just sounds like, they're probably a DJ or some shit. Anyway, let's move on.
What's J-Mac? I'm just looking at J-Mac's last 30 days. 68 rides. He's only had 14 winners, so he's winning about 1 out of every 5 races. But he'll have that's one of them tomorrow.
Okay.
So
Perfect.
he can add that onto his win. Into his win tally.
Beautiful.
Win
Race
column.
7 here at Ramwick, the Tab Everest.
The big boy.
I don't want to say the Tab Everest. We're from Ned's. Sorry. It's the Ned's Everest.
Yeah, I'm on Ned's. I'm looking at Ned's odds, obviously. and only.
Obviously. The Ned's Everest. What are we doing here? Obviously, Nature Strip at $2. Looks fucking hard to
Wowzers.
back.
Yeah, look.
J-Mac on top as well.
So I was speaking to some. Actually, it was you, Tommy. I was speaking to you in the week. Look, I think there's going to be a lot of. Nature Strip is like elite equine, like elite, like one of fucking probably the best sprint in the world.
Is it like not from an athletic perspective, maybe like a Victoria's Secret model of horses?
Yeah. Yep.
I think that's fair to say.
Yep.
Okay, good.
Just oozes sex appeal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got its wings.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, if you win an Everest, you get your wings,
Looks
right?
good in not much.
Yep.
Except some silks.
Yeah.
Okay. We're all getting toey here in our general
yeah,
admission
shit.
attire. Move on. All right, so what's happening?
There's a bit of fizz in the air because there's
there
a
is.
Bucks this week.
Yeah, no,
there is.
there's
I
some-
can
there's
feel
Boys
it.
are fizzy. Boys are
very
fizzy.
fizzy.
Look, Nature Strip's the one to beat. That fuck you could have never watched a horse race in your life, and you can see the odds. It's $2 and $2 the field. The rest, the next best is $7. So it's obviously the favourite for a reason. It's the best horse. We're staying away from it. I just think it drew the widest barrier, and there's a bit of a vibe bet here with Eduardo.
Yes. Who I liked the look of. Doesn't
Yeah.
mind the slot.
Loves the slop, and it's like he's a fucking little bulldog. Like he just goes out, not much to look at. Like maybe a Jeff Tuvey.
Okay.
Okay.
Just fucking goes out hard, tackle anything, and Eduardo will charge and just get to the front and lead. There's some other younger horses that I think will put pressure on him. And then so you've got J-Mac having to come across from the wide barrier to try to find him, whether he sits trying to pocket him behind Eduardo or... I just think over 1,200 at Randwick, they're going to be... every horse in here, what punters have got to realise, and dribblers, is that every horse in here is doing its best to win and trying to pull something out of the hat if they're not expected to win. So I think there'll be some funny not tactics, but there'll be horses just throwing the kitchen sink at these better graded horses like Eduardo and Nature Strip and Lost and Running and stuff. So I think there'll be speed up front, and they're just going to gas each other out. There'll be a battle up front. They'll be fucking with each other, and they'll be trying to slot in, and it just sets it up perfectly for 2 horses that I like, which is Private Eye and Masked Crusader.
Bang. Love that.
So I think, and look, for the dribblers that don't know they're punting that well, they'll be sitting at the back there. We call them swoopers, and Australians love swoopers.
Yeah, well,
One
so
thing.
I do peel and work is what
Yeah.
I like. So.
Yeah. And
Healing work.
it's great when you see them get a bit of clear running. You think, fuck, I'm a chance here.
Yeah.
And then they just gobble up the ground
Yeah.
and they're just running them down. You can see the margin getting swung.
That shit turns me on like you wouldn't believe.
I got goosebumps. I'm fizzy. It's like fucking, like it's
100%.
just sexy. So, the comments that we've got, look, the private eye race last start rated through the roof. Likes the track, loves the trip. It's just ready to run a big race. I like Joe Pride. Brenton Avdullah's on board. Joe Pride's good with his sprinters. I think, like I said, I think it just sets up. Masked Crusader ran second in the race last year, and it's sort of like he doesn't look great to the eye until if you watch the replay, then you follow him. You're like, fuck, he climbed out of the ground, late. He did the same. I think it was in the shorts. Last start, I think it was the shorts. Yeah, he came third there. So he came third to Lost and Running, Marzu. But watch it, he was sort of like held up a bit and then he sort of went back on the inside. And I'm pretty sure the rail was off that day, meaning that was inferior ground. So it's like running on fucking tartan against running on soft sand.
Yeah.
The guy on tartan, you could be 100 kilos heavier than him, but you're going to find it easier. So I think it sets it up for the back markers, Masked Crusader and Private Eye. But like I said, there's a lot of horses in here that, you could ask 100 different people for an opinion and you're going to get, every horse will get tipped at least once.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Will we ignore all of those fucking...
Yeah, listen to me.
Yeah.
Listen to me.
Listen to you.
Back, Private Eye and Masked Crusader.
Love
Exactly.
that. At $11 and $13 respectively.
Which we like.
That's what
Bit of
we
juice.
like.
I like double digits,
Yeah,
baby.
we're juice guys. We're juice
Fucking
guys.
oath we are.
And girls. But we move on
Yep.
in earnest. The Silver Eagle, 1,300 metres, race 8, Randwick,
G1.
G1.
Yeah. Okay, we're big. We've only really got one here that we like, and we're pretty keen on it. And it's Startantes.
Statantis.
Just butchered last start. Absolutely luckless. Should have gone close. It's like the soft and the wet's fine. Third up, so fit. I really think... Now, look, I was just saying before, it's been on the drift pretty significantly. And I've only just seen that now, opening up the Neds app. So it's $5 out to $7.50.
Okay.
So let's just pump the brakes there, guys.
Is drifting.
But
It
then
is
that's
drifting.
a pretty bad drift. Anyway, I'm going to stick with it.
Stick with it.
You got to back yourself, punters and dribblers. If you can't
Startantes.
believe in yourself...
No, then who can you believe
then
in?
if you can't believe in yourself, then the horse isn't going to believe in you.
And listen, if we were to responsibly, of course, but if we were to get off that horse now, it
And
wins.
it wins.
Well, no, it
Suicidal.
will. So I'd prefer to be on it and lose than to be not on it and win.
Yes,
After we've come
because we'll
out.
look at each other tomorrow and go, "Dear God,
What were
have
we
done?"
doing?
Interesting one up. The one that I would back, I'd sort of save on is Espiona.
Okay.
Which is J-Mac and Waller. Good combo. Look, can run the track. I think it's untried at the distance, but it comes in with only 54.5, and it had massive wraps on it, I think a year ago or something. They were talking like, horse racing is one of those things where like a horse will run in a maiden like where it hasn't won before and it'll win by like 6 lengths. And like people are like, oh, it's the next Winx.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like people just shoot their load and go, fuck, we've got this new superstar. And then like it goes up through the grades and gets brought back to earth. And everyone's like, where were you on that one, dipshit? Like,
Yeah. It's very much like rugby league players. Oh, this is the next Israel Folau. And you're like, well,
like, have we seen the next Joey Johns? Like,
Yeah.
Nathan Cleary could be the best player ever. You're like, settle
let's
down.
calm the fuck
Woo
down.
up.
Woo
Yeah.
up.
Fuck.
Woo the fuck
So they're the
up.
two for the Silver Eagle, but that's a really open race. I'm just trying to look. So it's Mr. Mozart's at $3.90 that fay. Look, tread lightly with that one. That's probably our least confident bet of the races that we're going over today.
That's okay. Look, the one I just saw this, and this obviously you're not here for my tips, but I just saw a name and I like it, and it's Kiss Some.
Kiss some.
Yeah, paying $12. Karen McAvoy on top. It doesn't look like it's that good of a fucking horse, but it's a name bet, and that's all you're going to get from me.
Sometimes
done,
that's
Tom.
all you need.
That is all you need.
Sometimes I saw your name.
All right, let's get on to Caulfield.
Cup.
Caulfield Cup.
Cup.
Poor old Caulfield Cup. It's
Poor old Caulfield Cup.
Actually, it's funny. Speaking of that, so we send out an email to some of our sort of like followers and stuff, and where I'm going after this, the Everest Calcutta. Peter Valendi's good friend of the show,
Great friend.
obviously. He said, look, the boys have asked, can you send out a thing? It's like a link where you could buy tickets to the Calcutta. And I got this dribbler right back goes like, actually, I'll fucking read it. It's fucking hilarious. It's like, fuck off, boys. We're from Victoria, where we've got the true, tried and tested
Okay.
Caulfield Cup.
Yeah,
you know,
cool.
you can't beat history and like fuck the Everest. And I was just like, I can't believe you took time out of your evening to write me that.
Yeah.
But thanks.
Mate, the reality is Peter is fucking...
But that almost...
He's in your head.
Yeah, he's in your head. No,
he's not
living
writing
rent-free
emails
in
at
your
this
head.
hour.
Okay.
Yeah.
Peter couldn't give a fuck.
No, he doesn't care.
And people who go, Sydney race fans couldn't give a fuck.
The Everest, the Sydney racing is starting to unsettle the powers that be down in Victoria. They're
Peter's
feeling very
flopping that
uncomfortable.
hefty old hog.
Well, he's
here.
just just whacked a hog on the table,
Yeah.
mate, and it intimidates.
It does.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that.
No, it's a presence.
But we've got to look over the Caulfield Cup.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dumb. So there's a bit of a name bet here, and the knock on it is that he's not really. He's a bit of a non-winner. His only win has come fucking from I think a Nowra maiden. But number 10, Benno. Look, he was at weight for age last week. He was super behind Animo with blinkers on, and then as a 3-year-old or what I can't remember the race, but he was second to Hitotsu on a heavy tent, like in absolute like horrible weather. So given that Melbourne has been pretty much underwater, we're looking at sort of just if you replicate that race, like if Hitotsu was running in this race tomorrow, it'd be fucking odds on, nature strip odds. So it's drawn super wide, but I don't think that will be too much of a problem over the
I
distance.
spoke to my old man. He was really there was a real push, hoping that Benno was going to draw barrier 22.
He drew 20, didn't he?
He drew 20.
Yeah.
Fuck, as if you don't just make that
Yeah.
happen.
There's still a 2 in it, though.
Yeah,
that's
but
enough for me.
Yeah, it's not great. If it was 22, I'd be responsibly all over it. But now I'm just going to be responsibly all over it.
Yeah. Another one that I don't mind. Look, if the track was to get to, I don't think it will. It'll be in the heavy range. Look, I mean, I haven't seen it down there, but apparently it's like really, really fucking wet. Like people have been saying, like, are they going to postpone it, sort of type of stuff. So if it was to get into the soft range, I'd have a bet on Maximal, which is the stable mate. But that does it. Like, I don't think that's even run on a sort of soft track, or it's had 2 starts for no wins on a soft. But I think,
$26 dues.
yeah, but like it'd have to pull something out massively to win if it's a heavy 8, 9, or 10. So look, I don't think it'll dry out much. And one other one that I do like is Inspirational Girl. Dry McNeil, 53 kilos. Third up today. It's 1/3 up. It's untried. The knock is untried at the distance. But if it gets into the soft range, I would be definitely having a responsible size wager on Inspirational Girl.
Okay. Beautiful.
But Benno's
Benno's the man.
Benno's the bet. We love
Yeah.
that. Now, to a couple of things from around this great nation of ours, that nation being Australia. We're looking for some long donkeys, a try, some sure things, and bet of the day. So
Okay.
let's start with some long donks.
Okay, we don't have too many.
That's
That's
what we
fine.
like. We just need
Yeah, I'd rather you give me 2 that win
2 long donks.
Okay.
than fucking 5 that don't.
So there's one in the last at Morfettville.
Love
It's called
Morfettville.
Point Blaze. Let me have a look. What number? Yep, number 9. So if it runs to its best, it came 9th first up, which was first up after a long break, and it wasn't fit. I think with the claim here, it gets in at 53.5. It's $14 from Seamus Award. I think if it runs its best numbers, it wins this like pretty comfortably.
Okay.
And it's $14.
We like that.
14
That's what
bucks.
we like.
Yeah.
It's got a young apprentice on it. It's an if, but if I think you're getting your money's worth for $14.
That's
Fuck
what we
yeah.
like.
Yeah.
Well, you want your
Don't
money's
back
worth.
it each way, you cowards.
No,
Don't
be
do that.
weak.
Don't be weak.
Don't be weak.
You got to be strong. It's about being strong tomorrow.
Yeah. No, it is. Tomorrow's about strength,
Strength, unity.
responsibility, gambling responsibly.
Yep.
Another donk. What's the second donk you got for us?
Yeah, okay. This is a dunk. So, race, we're going back to Sydney.
Yep.
And it's race 6, number 12, Blondo.
Blondo.
Ooh.
So it was $34 last night. Hang on, let me have a look. Race 6. Geez, the Ned's app's fast. Love
It's
it.
really good.
Yeah.
Blondo, race 6, $26.
Yeah, okay, so it's $26.
Chris Waller trained.
Yep.
In from 34.
I'm Invincible as the sire, who's been doing very well lately. Look, it's first up, but what's our comment here that I wrote down last night? Yeah. Look, it goes well fresh. The wet's no problem. The track and trip, it's going to be ridden for luck, which is what they say. It'll be at the back. Stay out of trouble. Hopefully there's a bit of a Bradbury moment. Could be a bit of a Blondo Bradbury.
We love that.
Yeah.
Love a Bradbury
synergy.
moment. Okay.
Yeah. So, look, that's $26. Maybe you could go each way with it. You know what? I wouldn't. I'd still just go
Wow,
the nose.
dude.
Don't.
You just went back on yourself.
Yeah, no,
You
just
what
go
the
the
fuck
nose.
was
Go the
that?
nose.
Strength, unity.
Strength, unity,
Yeah.
no each way bets. Now we need a try and a bet of the day.
Okay. Well, what did I say? The bet of the day, I reckon's It's Me.
It's me. So we go back to It's Me, bet of the day.
Yeah, I still think that's that. Like I said, it was one of the bets of the day. I think that is the bet of the day,
Good.
which is the Cosy.
Yep.
The Cosy
Number
tip.
8, it's me, Kosciuszko.
And you know what? I'll give you some numbers for. I'll do a try in the Everest and the Caulfield Cup.
Perfect.
So the big Sydney race and the big Melbourne race.
Yep.
Okay.
Love a try.
Love a try.
If we pick a try tomorrow, Tom, it's on for young and old.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
On for young and old.
Okay.
Bucks, I think, historically lucky as well, Tom.
Are they?
Yeah.
Yes.
Bucks are lucky.
Okay.
So,
Okay. So
worth
let's
considering.
Start with the Tab Everest. So I've said our two of the tips are the back markers. So I'm going to say number 4, which is Mars Crusader. So I'll do a trifecta, but do you want to do 4 horses or do you just want 3?
No, do a boxy.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever
so
you think.
I'll box 4.
Yeah.
Mars Crusader, which is the 4. The 6 is Private Eye. The 11, which is Jack and O. And then I'll have... I've got to have Nature Strip in there. 1.
Yep.
Yep.
So 1, 4, 6, 11 are the numbers.
Yep.
What's that? You get? I think it's $24 will give you 100%. Is that how it works? My maths, I think it is.
I think that's right.
So for $24 you get 100% of the div. If Nature Strip doesn't run drum, you're getting some good cash there. Okay, now Caulfield. This is a fucking very tough race. But I'm going to say Benno was our tip. Inspiration goes. So number 10, number 12, number 6, which is non-conformist, which I thought was good last start. And I'm going to go Maximal, 13, just in case it does something. I know they said it can only do well on the good going on the on top of the ground, which is drier ground. But I thought it was huge last start in the was it the Turnbull, where it's up on speed. It had every right to just get blown up and finish right at the back, but it just stuck on tough, gritty. So if it showed that, maybe it could just tough out the slop.
Okay.
I don't know.
Well, if it's tough and it's gritty and it's full of oomph and it's full of fucking mongrel,
Then that's what you do.
then that's what you do. You
And
go
that's
on
where
with
you
it.
go.
Yeah.
You eat it up, mate.
Yeah.
You eat up the slop.
Fuck yeah.
He's
Turn
still
up
got
the
his
slop.
nuts.
We like that. Well,
He's
you
still
need
got
your
his
nuts.
nuts.
I like
Bucks
all,
weekends nuts as
Yeah,
well.
it's all
There's
nuts.
testosterone.
It's all nuts. It's
there's
all positive.
balls.
It's all nuts.
Yeah.
So
Beautiful.
yeah, that's pretty much it.
Beautiful
Fucking
stuff.
oath. Well, there you go. There's Saddle Club Ep 1 in the books. Porta, thank you very much. Porta from Punt Hub. Check out Punt Hub. They'll have a fuckload of bets from across the entire day.
Yeah.
punthub.com.au.
Yeah.
There you go.
Perfect. And we'll see you next week, bruh.
Happy
Done.
punting.
Happy punting.
Thanks for having us, boys.
Thanks, bruh.
Hooroo.